is Snoop? Right. That's all but what does she do?
Salon Suites.
And do y'all care about Salon Suites? Serial entrepreneur. Everything that she touches turns to gold. Turns to platinum. Is that higher than gold? Probably, but it doesn't. All right. So coming to the stage. I want to keep me a big white
Alright, look y'all. I know it has been 2 long days of good value. Y'all got some value? Yeah. The level of honor that I feel, first of all, I don't know if you guys know how much it costs to get these people in the room. I don't like to, just throw stuff out there to just throw stuff out there, but these folks is expensive, okay? The price is premium. And the reason why is because, like almost everyone has said, is this is not about who has the most followers or likes on Instagram. It's about who has the bank account balance and the action. And so I am honored and grateful to have an opportunity to be sitting up here with one of the GOATs. She is a restaurant owner. She actually owns restaurants. Have you guys heard of the Grammy Award-winning rap artist 2 Chainz? Yeah. That's one, just a little, little razzle-dazzle. She leads him in business. Literally, leads him in business. He's calling to ask her questions. I shouldn't say all that, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Literally, this woman is a beast inside of business. And not only that, she provides so much opportunity for people in Atlanta because she has hundreds of employees. Then she has franchises. So I just got to put a little respect on your bio real quick. Because this woman has franchises. Not only are you able to work with her or for her, but she says, you know what, here's the blueprint, you can build it yourself. And what I will also say is, number one, I'm so grateful that you're here today. Snoop is a dear friend of mine. This is one of the only people that will tell me, get your shift together without the F. And the way that she does it is just like, get your shift together without the F. Or maybe the F word is in there or something. It just ain't inside of the word shift. I ain't never had nobody speak to me the way Snoop speaks to me, but I need it. Okay? Because folks are real gentle with me, and Snoop's like, nah, you're tripping. Get your shift together without the F. But what I love about her is, I don't know if you guys know or if you've been able to follow Snoop on her journey, but last year in October she lost her daughter. And there is no pain like losing a child. They say when you lose a parent, you're an orphan. When you lose a significant other, you're a widow or a widower. It's so bad when you lose a child, there is no pain. There's literally no name. And so I'm so grateful, honored, and blessed that Snoop shows up every single day for the people inside of her businesses with her grief. This woman shows up and shows out no matter what. She's one of the most powerful, beautiful on the inside and out, real and raw, like cool with my parents, okay? You hear me? Text my dad and check on how he's doing, even inside of what she's dealing with. So can we please just give it up for Snoop Michelle Gillard over here today? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling all right. First of all, let's give it up for Sarah. For number one, putting together this amazing event. We all have things that we're going through in life, and that's one of the things that I want to talk about is I am able to, give some knowledge and give some deets to you guys. In the process of it, we're going to go through real things in life. And I don't care how much of a blueprint somebody gives you, you're going to have things that are thrown in your way in life, that we're going to go through. And that's very, very important to think about, You know, just to be honest with you guys, I really did not want to be here today. You know, I cried the whole way from leaving church to going to go get something to eat and to coming here. You know, as Sarah said, I lost my daughter October 2nd of last year. So it's just 2 weeks, you know, from the anniversary of that. And, you know, it's a very tough position to be in. It's a very tough role. And then to have to fill so many big shoes and still be, you know, Snoop, this person that's 2 Chainz's business partner, running all these restaurants, these franchises, these Salon Suites, this master course, you know, having a conference of my own that's coming up, you know, and, you know, it just really challenges you, you know. It's easy when you're not faced with challenges, you know, and before this, I wasn't faced with too many challenges. I was faced with the normal challenges of life, which is, you know, just the hustle and bustle of creating a business, you know, the same thing that everybody goes through, you know. But, you know, when you're faced with losing your only child in the process, that child that worked for you, that helped you build those things, you know, the child that you had the first time you had sex, you know what I mean, that's been there with you through everything, that reminded me every chance she got, you know, all these people just came about, I've been here, mama, I've been here every step of the way. And then to lose that overnight. And we're going to have some real conversation, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about life, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way that I've been able to be successful, is by keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? So I told Sarah, you know, a lot of the other speakers, they come out, you know, doing their thing, having an hour speaking. I told her, I said, look, I can't do that with how I'm feeling right now. I can't come out on that stage and jump up and down and, you know, get that energy, but hopefully I can still give y'all some value in what we're going to share today. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Sarah. Like I said, I appreciate her for putting on this event. You guys just don't understand how much goes into putting on events like this, the time, the energy, the money spent, the dedication. Sarah has a voice like no other. You know, even when we get on the phone, it's like I be telling her, I'm like, girl, you should be a damn therapist. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to turn it over to her. And for you guys that don't know me, just to give you guys just a little bit of background on me, my name is Snoop. Originally from Detroit. I've been here in Atlanta for about the past 14 years. Before I came to Atlanta, I had already dibbled and dabbled a little bit into the restaurant industry. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 22. I'm now 38 years of age. I've been very successful. I've gained it and lost it twice now in my life, which means I've gained success, I've been financially stable, lost it. Done it again, lost it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would say you have to have the tenacity, you know what I mean, to be able to do that. You know, you have to really know what it is that you want to do. And that's hard. You know, that's rough. I've always said that, like, in colleges, they need to have some type of course that we go through. Because, you know, you go to college your freshman year, they like, okay, what do you want to major in? And it's like, damn, I just graduated out of high school. You know, I don't know what I want to major in. You know, but those are important things. And, you know, as you navigate through life and get into business, you got some entrepreneurs that have just been lucky in finding something that they can do that they end up enjoying and they become successful in. You got some other entrepreneurs that have really tackled something that they feel like is a passion of theirs. And then you got some people that end up start doing shit and they become very successful with it, And then they decide, hey, I don't like this shit no more. This don't serve me anymore. And I'm kind of going through that right now, you know, just to be perfectly honest with you guys. But I'm a true believer that, like, whatever you want in life, you can obtain. You just have to have a few things, right? You got to have the knowledge. You have to have a good heart, okay? You can't be no savage ass motherfucker out here. And you know, I'm gonna keep it real, right? This the last session of the day. Sarah told y'all how I be talking to her. You know, this nice little sweet girl, you know, that's on stage with y'all. You know, I be giving it to her the real. But seriously, you can't be no savage person out here that's like, I'm gonna get over on this person. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You know, a lot of the things that people are telling you guys are common sense. But it's a few things that ain't being said.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to have a good heart. You have to do business the right way.
Yeah.
You got to do right by your staff.
Yeah.
You got to do right by the people that's helping you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those are just a couple things, you know what I mean, that you want to make sure that you're doing in a process, so that you can have that success that you're looking to obtain. You know what I mean? So one, finding something that you're passionate about. Two, making sure that you have a good heart in the process. Three, going out and getting that knowledge in order to do that. You cannot go into anything blindly. And the thing that you guys have that is so helpful that people like Sarah and I didn't have back in the day, it wasn't all these courses. It wasn't all these masterminds. Man, I was out here doing speaking engagements when, like, it wasn't none of these people out here doing speaking engagements. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't the cool thing to do. It wasn't what was being done. And so I would advise you guys to get as much knowledge as you possibly can get in the process. The fourth thing that I would say, and this is I'm leaving y'all with 4 deets, and me and Sarah, we're gonna go into some more stuff, but the fourth thing I would say is have good credit, all right, and carry that good credit with you throughout your life, because you never know when you're gonna need a loan. You never know when a business opportunity is gonna come up. You know, Sarah mentioned that I'm business partners with 2 Chainz, right? Well, if when that opportunity presented itself, if I didn't have the credit or the money to take advantage of that opportunity, then I wouldn't have been able to fill that role. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been able to fill those shoes and be in that position. So you always want to make sure that you look good on paper. You know what I mean? We don't always feel good in life, right? You never know what's going to happen to you, what life is going to throw at you. But you always want to make sure that you look good on paper. So if y'all don't take down anything else that I say, take down those four things.
Okay, so my question for you is, you have a Salon Suite franchise. How did you get into, how does the normal person get into an opportunity? Because we do have quite a few people in the fashion industry that can be beneficial, in the beauty industry that can be beneficial, you know, in the health and wellness. Because you could turn a salon suite into a boutique of any kind, right? It doesn't have to be a nail chair or a facial table. It literally could just be a space. How does the newest person go about acquiring a salon suite business?
Absolutely, that's a very good question. First of all, it's crazy because, like I was telling you guys, I have a course, right? And in doing my course, one of the challenges that we initially had was teaching people what exactly a salon suite business was. Because most people just don't know. You know what I mean? Most people are used to going to salons. And then now I would say within the past 7 years, this phenomenon of salon suites has come about. And so a salon suite business is the perfect marriage between the beauty industry and the real estate industry. All right? So pretty much what you do is you find a location that you think would be good. And I teach that in my course, but I'll give y'all a few deets right now because I hate when people are like, oh, go to the course, go to the course. You know what I'm saying? Nah, tell me now, Chad. Look, so a couple things. One, you want to make sure that you have a location that has great parking, right? Because if you look at doing a salon suite business and you got anywhere from 14 to 20 something suites inside of that business, all of those suite owners, as well as their tenants, need somewhere to park. So that's one of the biggest things with Salon Suites is parking. Second thing is you want to make sure that you're somewhere where you're going to get good walk-up traffic. You know, anytime you can be next to a Starbucks, a Publix, a Kroger, or a beauty store. All right? So a beauty store, you got a lot of beauty professionals going to that beauty store. That's the type of area that you want to be in. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find you a good location. I would absolutely recommend working with a realtor in order to do that. And most people, if you have not worked with a realtor, they don't realize that process, that's free. You know what I mean? So why try to do something on your own that you're not an expert at? I always go to the experts, y'all. You know what I mean? No matter what I do, go to the professionals. And once again, this is free for you. The seller or the landlord is going to be the person that's paying for that actual realtor. All right? So make sure you obtain a good realtor that has done this before to help you find a good location. Once you find that location, you're going to need to get with a good contractor and a good architect. The architect is going to need to draw up those plans for you to actually build out that actual location. The contractor is going to be the one that's actually going to do the work. Now, with anything you do in life, I don't care what it is, girlfriend, boyfriend, marriage, whatever, 3 quotes. All right? So that's just like some of y'all single ladies out here. Date 3 niggas, okay? Look, I tell this Sarah all the time now. So we going to the highest bidder. But now, y'all, for real, 3 quotes, all right? Because look, like when you first starting off, like started doing this shit, I wouldn't know, you know, I had flipped a few houses, right? You know, some people kind of got over on me a little bit, you know what I mean? One house I made 40 grand, I should have probably made 70. You know, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. First time, you know what I mean? Experience is your best teacher. I don't care how many of these damn classes and courses you go to, you got to get in the game. You got to get in the damn game. Put that fear behind you. At some point, you got to have some type of motivation in your life. I don't care if it's for your child, your mama, yourself, your daddy, whoever it is that you providing for. You got to have some motivation. How many of y'all have ever heard of an expediter and what an expediter is?
Like in the mail?
I know Booker know back there. So an expediter is somebody that has relationships. So once again, like I just told y'all, we ain't working with this person for one time. We are creating relationships, right? Yeah. So an expediter is somebody that has relationships down at City Hall. They're going to help push your shit through, okay? They're going to make sure that you get your building permit in 30 days versus 60 days. All right? So that building permit is going to allow you to go ahead and start building your business out. All right? You got your plans, they've been approved. You got your building permit. Anyways, you go ahead, you get everything built out. Then you get with maybe a designer if you're somebody like me and you don't know how to design stuff and, you know, put stuff together, get everything designed nicely. And then you may need to come to somebody like me and get some marketing expertise, okay? So that you know, don't have a high occupancy rate. But one thing that I would say when it comes to these salon suites is just like everything else. Once something get hot, everybody gets to getting on it. You know what I'm saying? So here in Atlanta, we're starting to get a little oversaturated with salon suites. So if you're living here in Atlanta and it is something that you're interested in, you may want to go into Columbus, Georgia. You know, you may want to go into, I don't know, fucking Athens, you know, some of these, you know, small little cities, you know what I mean, that are right around here. You know, you don't want to do the same thing that everybody is doing, you know. I talk to a lot of my homegirls, they be struggling and shit, and they be like, oh, I'm going to be a realtor, you know. I'm going to do this. Hey, you've already missed the damn boat. Think of something new. Come up with something else, you know what I mean? Or either go somewhere else where the shit ain't popping like that. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much the basics and the good thing about salon suites. And you can do it with salon suites. You can do it with entrepreneur suites. You know, everybody want to be a business owner right now. Motherfuckers need an office. You can't run your business out your house for too long. Once you get popping, don't nobody want to come up to 3838, you know, Boulevard Avenue. You know what I'm saying? With your baby in the back crying, you know? So you got those. I've even seen pet suites coming up now. You know, everybody got an animal. Everybody going through something. I told you I lost my daughter. Hell, I got 2 damn, you know, emotional support dogs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people got to have somewhere where they take their dogs to get groomed. You know, so you got more groomers that's coming up. You know, I would encourage y'all to be above the curve. Get ahead of the 8 ball. You know what I mean? Versus doing what everybody else is doing. But that's the short end of the A to Z on how you get started. I make it sound so easy, but honestly, y'all, it's slick is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was telling y'all, keep y'all credit together, because if your credit is together, I can show you how to do this without even having to use none of your own money out of your own pocket. I done it 3 times without having to use a dime to my name.
And you actually answered my next question, kind of. For someone that is looking to start a salon suite, what is the average cost to get started at the barrier to entry, like the bare minimum? Is that a good question? Yeah.
That is an absolutely great question. It is the question that everybody has, and it's somewhat of a cliche answer to give. And this is what I tell anybody that wants to, and this is when you want to open up any business, right? And so I'll try to break it down to you guys simplistically. But so my expertise is not only in salon suites, but it's also in restaurants as well. So restaurants is where I've made the majority of my multi-millions in, but it's no longer my love and passion. And the reason why is because when it comes to restaurants, so for example, that motherfucker right down the street, Escobar downtown, I know y'all done been there. 40, 50 people. Sarah, like, I did not know she was gonna get up here talking like this. You know me, girl. I know. 40, 50 people down there, right? Like we done just said, I just lost my daughter. I don't feel like getting up every day telling us, hey, make sure everybody got their uniform on, you know. It's the cook wearing an apron, you know, stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you are, look, I got myself laughing. But look, seriously though, y'all, you want to make sure that you are invested in passive income sources, right? And how many of you guys are on Reddit? None of y'all know about Reddit. I'm gonna put y'all on, man. My brother back there in the back. Hey, I literally lay in my bed on Reddit. I'm in so many subreddits. I'm married, you know, so I ain't got my ring on. I lost my wedding ring in Africa last week, Lord Jesus. You know, but so many subreddits, right? One of them is an entrepreneur Reddit, subreddit, and they also got another for passive income. So it's always people in there talking about, I got 10 grand. What can I do to make passive income? I got 50. Let me tell y'all something. There is zero. It's nothing you can do. to just make passive income without having to do nothing. All you can do is die and come back as Jay-Z and Beyonce child, okay? You know, die and come back as Love Michael Jordan, you know, some shit like that. That's what you do to make passive income. You be one of their kids. And these type of businesses that evolve around real estate, just like Booker was telling y'all about, I mean, real estate is my thing. I own several buildings around the city. I own several homes. I want to get into owning apartments. And so the Salon Suites, they just kind of go within that little trend. You know what I mean? See, people want to own restaurants, you know, because you walk in and how y'all clap for me and all this shit. You know, that's what we can all leave here and go to Escobar and get that, right? And I get 4 bottles and we, you know, sit up and drink good and all that shit. But guess what? The staff taking 4 bottles off the back. So, you know, everything comes with a price, you know what I mean? But when it comes to those salon suites, those are great because you got minimum startup costs. So the main question that Sarah asked, I ain't forgot about that, was what's the startup cost? And so the startup cost for any business is relative because it depends on what you start with, right? So that's just like, I've opened up a restaurant and I've spent 50 grand. I've opened up a restaurant and I've spent 200 grand. If the motherfucker look like this when they come in and it ain't got no kitchen and it's just bare bones, you know you're gonna have to spend more money, okay? If you come in and you got a little kitchen in the back and you got this, a little bar to the side, something you can work with, that's like in any relationship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on now, use your common sense. Same thing with a salon suite, you know, so I would advise you guys, anybody that is interested in doing a salon suite, I tell my students, I got over 400 students, right? And I tell my students, you want to start with something that was either a dental office, a doctor's office, something like that, that's already sectioned into various rooms. You know, some of those rooms have plumbing, do not, you know what I mean? But you want something that you can start with. I'll tell you guys, when it comes to a salon suite, a couple of the biggest things that you're gonna spend money on is electricity, lighting, and flooring, all right? You want to start with something that's at least 2,500 square feet. Please write that down if you are interested in being in this industry. Minimum 2,500 square feet. If it already has the flooring that you need, that's gonna be good, all right? Get you some Mexicans. I'm gonna get with Booker in the back, man. I know he got it, baby. He built houses. He built houses from the ground up. He built houses from the ground up. My brother got the team back there for you.
Look, he was trying to.
We're gonna really get down to what we really need in this room, okay? And what y'all really need is these contacts. But also, so like if you walk into something and so like this room right here will be perfect. I actually think I looked at this room, to be honest with y'all, a couple years ago and thought about renting it to do some salon suites in here. I the guys here, I meant to tell you this last night. Another good thing that I like about this industry is the insurance is minimal. All right, so my best friend, she just had a baby, and so now she's into, you know, looking at daycares and wanting to do a daycare business, and, you know, for all of us that have had kids, all right? But when you think about looking and owning a daycare business, the liability is a motherfucker, right? So you know that insurance policy is crazy. I'm just getting insurance on the common areas. Whatever you own in your suite, baby girl, you own Creator Beauty Suites, LLC. Many spa salon suites own the hallway and what happens back there at them sink bowls and them dryer stations. So once again, you know what I mean? It's a business that has minimal liability and not as many startup costs and not as many operating costs. you know, because most of the people that I hire for each location, they're working part-time, 3 days a week, $500 a week. So that's the game part of it. If y'all want to know the full A to Z, salonsuitemastercourse.com.
So my question for you is, what are the profit margins on a business like this?
Absolutely, great question. And before I get into that, I just want to say, for those of you guys that are beauty professionals, this is one of the easiest ways to get from behind the chair, all right, and get into, you know, a business ownership opportunity. So the profit margin, so what I like to do and how I like to do it, you know, now of course we're in a recession, so it's a little bit tougher, but generally 1 week of rent from my salon suite owners takes care of everything, takes care of all of my operating costs, and the other 3 weeks are for me, free and clear. Look, now I got Sarah up here cussing.
That's like a 300% profit. Like 1 week.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's lit.
That's pretty good.
Can we give it up for that? The question was, when you help someone open a salon suite, are you a co-owner investor? What does that look like?
So I have 3 different programs. One, you could just buy the course. The course is $9.97, salonsuitemastercourse.com. That also gets you into the Facebook group where we have our other 400 students. And it's a beautiful thing because it's not just me answering questions. You know, now you got other people in there that have opened up salon suites and, you know, they think that they are experts as well. And so it's a beautiful community. So that's one way. The second way, we've got our Inner Circle program, and in order to be a part of the Inner Circle, that's $5,000. And so that comes with the course, that comes with our weekly trainings. And so with the weekly trainings, it's not just me. We've got all type of different experts, you know, that are helping host these weekly trainings on a weekly basis. We also fix your credit and we help you get business funding. So essentially you're able to do this with no money out of your pocket. My third program, my third program is my one-on-one program. That program is $10,000. And so now them Inner Circle people, they can't be texting me and hitting me up and all that now, you know, that's right there in the Facebook Messenger. The consultant clients, you know, they got access to my email, they have access to me, and I actually fly into whatever city they're in, and I help them actually pick their location. I help them pick their contractor, and, you know, it's just more of a one-on-one, you know, step-by-step process. And then, of course, the fourth program is my franchising program where essentially it's very similar to the one-on-one consulting program, but you don't get my systems and my, you know, my handbook on how I've done everything myself. Anyways, there are also some various apps that are out there, SuiteMates, etc., you know, that we use to help get our suites rented. It's not a hard process at all. The beauty industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and so is the real estate industry, you know, so it's a market for it, you know, and salons are becoming more and more obsolete, and salon suites are becoming more and more popular. That's just like me personally, how I even found out about salon suites. I have not washed my own hair in over 15 years. I can't do nothing to this hair, and that ain't nothing to clap about. That's actually shit. I wish I could, you know what I'm saying? But in doing so, you know, when I would go to salons and the more popular I became, you know, people, oh, that's Snoop. Snoop, how did you start Escobar? How did you start Remedy? And it's like, girl, I'm sitting up here, you know, with a damn afro, trying to get my damn hair done. Y'all know how it is when y'all get them weaves and all that shit lace. Y'all don't want nobody seeing y'all and nobody talking to y'all. So now they can usher y'all asses in these damn suites privately by yourself, and that's why they are so damn popular now.
Ooh, that's good and it's true. I'm like, ooh, when I go see Jane and she has to break me down, I just wash her clothes dry.
Okay.
She gets the rest. Oh, I love that, I love that. Y'all doing okay to get any value?
You know, that Greek therapist told me she had lost her mother. And she said, you know, it's just now after 3 years that I've come out of just this constant sadness. And that's how I am. You know, I used to be the type of person, and I used to say it all the time to my friends, everybody on my page, when my casket hits the dirt, it will be with no regrets, because I will be and done everything that I want to do. But that's easy to say when your only child is still on this motherfucking earth. It's different. It's different now. And I don't know. You know, I struggle with it. You know, you gotta hold on to religion. You know, you have to hold on to whoever it is that supports you. And sometimes it's not who you think it would be. Sometimes it's not that wife, that girlfriend, that boyfriend, that husband. You know, sometimes it's a good friend. Sometimes it's a cousin. It's whoever. You know what I mean? And you know, life is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have answers for that, because I'm just trying to figure it out my damn self. You know what I'm saying? When I leave here, I'm gonna go to Escobar and get me a fucking drink. And when I do, somebody is gonna come up to me and say something to make me cry. I'm gonna look at the board behind me and it's gonna say, "We miss you, Katie." You know, and pretty soon all that shit gonna go away. Cause you know, in a few years, they're not gonna be thinking about Katie. That's my only child. I'm always gonna think about her. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things my therapist told me that is so true is like, why don't we talk about this more? Because we are all going to go through it. Unless you like my daughter and you 21, 22 or something like that and lose your life, you're going to lose your mama, your father, your sister, your brother. Lord forbid a child. We don't ever think about that. But we all going to lose somebody that's going to shake shit. It's going to shake shit up for you. It's going, you know, I thought to myself, when I came home from finding my daughter, I kicked the door in and found her. And I told my mother, I said, you know, I ain't never planned no funeral. I gotta plan my daughter's funeral. And you know, I felt like shit walking into my $2 million house that's got a fucking Rolls Royce, G-Wagon, fucking Sprinter, McLaren in the driveway. But could none of this shit save my child? Don't none of that shit mean nothing? That's why even when doing events like this, I have to think about what I'm gonna say. Because you can fucking have it all and lose something that means the world to you. And it just changed everything for you. So you know, baby, I don't know how to answer you. I really don't, because I'm trying to figure it out myself. As I get closer to that October 2nd, it's going to be some days I'm not going to be able to get out of bed. Like I said, I had to wipe my eyes before I walked in here to talk to y'all. I had to come in here and take my ass to the bathroom, dry my eyes off, put on a face to get up on this little stage and talk to Sarah and make it fucking happen. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, you know, like I asked her out of mine. She's lost 3 kids. And she checked on me a couple days ago. And, you know, I said, how you know, she said, I just want you to know I love you. I said, I love you too, Auntie. I said, how you doing? She said, oh, blah, 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 blah. She said, you know, but I'm blessed to be here. A couple hours later, I had me a couple drinks in my system. I said, you know, how can you say that? How can you say that you feel like you blessed to be here? I said, because I don't even want to be here. I want to be with my daughter. I don't even know if the last time I seen my daughter walking her little ass down my hill, if that's going to be the last time I ever see her ever again in my life. How can you say that you feel blessed to be here? And she said, you know, I just know that my kids will want me to go on. You know, I still remember this memory. I still remember that memory. And the more that you have a relationship with God, and it sounds so cliche, because I gotta tell y'all, man, I'm not the most religious motherfucker, period. I'm not. I do believe in God, you know, and I don't know if it's God or universal creator, whatever, you know, I know that we are gonna leave here and go somewhere else. And I do think that this is the smallest of what we got going on. You know, you look at it, hell, it was 2000 AD and BC, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you live to be 80 years old, you ain't even live 10% of the amount of years that's out here, you know? And it's like, you know, I think about little kids that leave their house and go to school and get shot, you know, just for being in school. You gonna tell me their parents ain't gonna never see them again and they ain't done nothing wrong? We gonna see each other again one day, you know? And we just gotta hold on, you know? It's just, it's tough. It's gonna be some days that's tougher than others, you know? And you gotta know who your support system is. You really do.
One thing that I love and respect about you, Snoop, is how real and raw you are. And number one, thank you. Can we just give it up for her transparency? There's a lot of people that come up here and love to put on a face. One thing I love about you, and I think it's why we are just the way that we are, is you gonna get whatever you gonna get. Whoever it is that you are in that moment, you are one of the realest people I've ever met. And one thing that I also love about you is that you allow yourself to say, not today. Like if you check in, or if there's times where I've checked in and you're like, I'll come talk to you tomorrow, I'm having a bad day. And to have that level of honesty with yourself and to be okay with not being okay, even though it's not okay, I think that that's a superpower that you have. I tell you all the time, I think you're incredible, you're amazing, you're one of the strongest women that I know. Can we just give it up for Snoop one more time? Another one of the reasons why I thought it was really powerful to end with you inside of this weekend is because it's called Get Your Shift Together, right? And it's all about who it is that you have to be and not about what you do. And I know that you are all about what matters most, and it is not the things. The things are nice, like we just heard, you know, she's got the Rolls Royce, the McLaren, the Sprinter, the Sprinter's lit, y'all, okay? They got the lights, the music, all of the things, you know, the G-Wagon, the diamonds. This girl is always dripped in something. Every pair of Cartier glasses, okay? In every color. Everything is designer. The closet, like you wouldn't believe, literally has all of those things, and even still, she's more focused on who it is that she has to be. Even understanding that sometimes it's not going to be your best, may not be what your best usually looks like. So how do you, being a person that is so successful inside of business, do you feel like now you're having more conversations, getting people grounded inside of what success really is to you, or do you let them go on about the things? And how important are relationships? Like, is that the key, love and connection?
What a loaded question. So a couple of different things. One of the things that I wanted to make sure that I reiterate to you guys, and I'm sure somebody has said this, you want to be involved in multiple different things, have multiple different investments. You know, unfortunately, marriage is the only thing where like we can only like depend on one thing, right? But outside of that, you know, you want to, like, I've never believed in just having one source of income. All right, and in various different industries. You know, if the real estate industry is down, something else is up. You know, so that's extremely important. How do you keep people grounded? So, I mean, honestly, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, I feel like I've done a lot of my hard work. You know, almost everybody that has worked for me in a managerial position now owns their own business. So, and most of them have chosen to franchise with me. And that's just kind of like a testament to me and how I run the business and et cetera. You know, now I would definitely say after losing my daughter was like, we were very alike in our movements and our attitudes, but her heart was so much greater than mine. And I strive to be more like her. I now find myself being closer to the people that she was closer to on earth because they were better people than some of the people that I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And so the relationships is what's most important. You know what I'm saying? The money gonna come and go. The people gonna come and go. You know? But those relationships are extremely important. And even as it relates to business, like I was telling you, when you do business with somebody, you never think, okay, I'm doing business with this person one time. I tell a lot of my students, that's just like when you go into the bank. You don't go into the bank just to open up a damn bank account. No, I need to sit down with a business banker so that I can create a relationship. That way, as different programs come out, as different credit cards come out, they gonna think of you. They gonna hit you up. They need you just as much as you need them. And that's the thing that y'all need to think about. As y'all are creating relationships and doing businesses with these companies, they need you as much as you need them. And that's why you always want to make sure you look good on paper. We are in a society and in a lifetime. I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, man, my credit score, because I started young, y'all. When I graduated from college at 20, and at 22, I owned 8 different houses. But this was 2008, 2009, when all of, you know, that was like a baby recession, you know, type of situation. And what happened was all these mortgages weren't just letting anybody buy a house. I was getting them 3 in 1 month before I hit my credit. Oh, let me go and get another. You know what I'm saying? And it ate me in the end, you know what I mean? And that's what they were doing for a lot of people. And so that's why we had a lot of what happened in 2008, 2009, the stock market crash, etc. However, you want to make sure that you are creating relationships with everybody that you possibly can. Anytime that you have an opportunity to invest in real estate, do it. Anytime that you have an opportunity to invest in the stock market, do it. You know, now there's a lot of different gimmicks that's out there, and you know, they've gotten me too. $400,000 cash last year. I would advise anybody, like if you're looking to invest in something, real estate and the regular New York Exchange stock market, even Forex and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got people that can play with you with that. You know what I mean? But creating relationships with individuals that can continue to put you on, that can continue to, you know, get you into things, you know, that's popping, that's going to be very important to you, you know, as you're moving forward throughout your journey. And making sure that you diversify your assets. That is extremely important. I mean, I don't even have my money in just one bank.
How much time would you say goes into managing your property if you were to open a salon suite?
Yeah, so of course in the beginning, you know, you're going to invest the majority of your time into that until you get your Salon Suites feel. However, I would say if you can, you know, hire a part-time receptionist, which is 15 to 20 hours a week, that's generally what it's going to take. And you shouldn't have to do anything past that. So even if you don't hire anybody, if you do it yourself, I would say about 15 to 20 hours a week is generally what it's going to take. Once you're full, you will see your duties transition into just making sure that the salon suites are clean and any maintenance that's needed is taken care of. So once again, it's pretty much a real estate business in the beauty industry, you know? So you're essentially a landlord. You want to make sure it's clean and that everything is functioning.
She's breaking deals off with all these people, 20,000. I'm just saying, the whole success blueprint. I mean, McDonald's is $250,000 to get a franchise, and you killing people off. This is an opportunity to create money. Yeah, I said what I said. I said it. This is giving people an opportunity to make some money, change lives, help people feel beautiful, you know? Just saying. Yeah, I had to do that. I did the hair flip.
So Snoop, you said earlier about, so all of this is great. Everybody is so successful, and that is great. You know what I'm saying? That is wonderful. Tell us about the time when you lost it and had to rebuild. Because see, those are the things that, you know, everybody see the glitz and glamour. I want to get some more insight on those times.
Right, well, you can go to www. I'm just playing. Now, my website is whoissnoop.com, and I got a lot of videos on it, but a couple of times when I've lost it and gained it back, so like I said, 2008, 2009, you know, when I was sitting on all those houses, just buying a bunch of homes and stuff like that, and I was a financial advisor, so my job was to help people invest their money, and with the stock market being down, our general people don't realize that when the stock market is down, that means that stocks are on sale. Yes. And that's when you really should be investing in the stock market. Yes. See, when the stock market is up and you hear people talk about, oh, I made this, I made that, then that's when everybody else want to go get into it. And it's like, bruh, you didn't miss the boat. We already made it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's going to be the dip. You know, it's going to be the bear market. So, but anyway, so that was when, I mean, I barely had anything, and that was when I transitioned into entrepreneurship. And then a couple of years after that, the first lounge that I opened, I mean, it was just a complete tank. I was 24 years old, just trying to do whatever, didn't follow the rules, didn't get the permits I needed, none of that, you know, was really into the girlfriend I had at the time, and, you know, just wasn't doing the things that I needed to do. So then a couple years later, I found myself right back in that situation, you know, and so I remember when I moved to Atlanta 15 years ago, I told myself, I said, I would never get back into the hospitality industry ever again. And for those of y'all, how many of y'all in here have ever been to the Hookah Hideaway? You have? You know I own that? Yeah, that was my first spot here, was the Hookah Hideaway. So, yeah, but I came here and was just like, I would never do that shit again, you know, and got right back into it. And ended up becoming very, very successful, you know. So never say never, you know, always keep going. You know, you're going to go through some things. You know, that's what makes you tough, resilient. That's what makes you successful. You know, we learn the most from our failures than we do from successes. You know, any successful person you meet, they got a trail of failures walking right behind their ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, unless you're going to be reincarnated as, you know, Beyonce child or Michael Jordan child, you know, you're going to have to get it how you live. Right. Yeah.
Give it up for Snoop, y'all. Wow. Have y'all gotten some value?
Yeah.
Over these last 2 days, have y'all gotten some value? I just want to publicly, I mean, I'm always public, but I just want to publicly say thank you. Yeah. Thank you for coming to do this, especially with it being a hard day. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you for blessing the people that came and invested in themselves this weekend. I know that makes you make a big difference, and I know that you specifically are in alignment with a lot of the people in the space. So y'all, if you want to know more details, either get the course or make sure that you get a ticket to the National Salon Suite Summit happening October 21st and 22nd. Can we please give it up for this incredible Snoop Michelle Miller.